And joining us right now, the man with the best biceps in journalism, Tom Fitton, president of Judicial Watch. He's here to preview the IG's report for us. It's going to be released today on the president's birthday. But here's the thing, Tom. This is like Christmas right now. Today is like Christmas. People have been anxiously awaiting, it seems like, a whole year for this report. We want this report. Are we getting a pony or underwear for Christmas?
Well, like Christmas, there'll be disappointments and there'll be some exciting gifts.
It's going to be underwear and a pony?
Yeah, I think there'll be a little bit of both. And it depends on who's opening the gifts as to how they perceive it. I think it's going to be very significant in terms of highlighting the corruption at the Justice Department and the FBI in its mishandling of the Hillary Clinton investigation. On the other hand, Hillary Clinton is going to get some benefit out of it in the sense that Comey is excoriated for perhaps saying things he shouldn't have had about Hillary Clinton and her misconduct, certainly in July, and then announcing his pretend investigation of the Wiener laptop in October, which Hillary supporters went crazy about. And we already know from one leak that the IG criticizes him for doing that over the objections of the Justice Department, who, of course, wanted to protect Hillary, which is the other side of that coin. So he's called insubordinate for, or it suggested he was insubordinate for talking about the Hillary email investigation in October. So Hillary get a little bit there. But in the end, it's going to be the FBI did things inappropriate. They were running the Clinton investigation out of FBI headquarters. So you had Comey, you had McCabe, you had Peter Strzok. All these top people are going to come under criticism for, I believe, what was the politicization of the investigation. And then, of course, you have Loretta Lynch, who was the Attorney General under Barack Obama, who had that infamous meeting with Bill Clinton on the tarmac just before Hillary Clinton was interviewed, and they gave her a get-out-of-jail-free card. Now, Loretta Lynch said that she thought that meeting maybe cast a cloud over the Clinton email investigation. I think the IG is going to agree with her.
Well, you had the whole thing that Andrew McCabe was leaking on in the first place. The story that he was involved with was whether or not the Justice Department was placing pressure on the FBI to drop the Hillary Clinton investigation. So there's going to be questions about that hopefully this IG report answers, and a number of things, including Loretta Lynch asking James Comey to refer to it as a matter rather than an investigation, and in public explanations for what was going on. There's a whole bunch of things that Michael Horowitz has to tackle. But here's the question, Michael Horowitz, do we like this guy? We like this Michael Horowitz? Is he doing good stuff?
Well, in my experience, IG inspector generals create reports that are both cover-ups and exposés at the same time. So there'll be a lot of material there for those of us who want accountability, but a lot of unanswered questions. Recall, he can only investigate the FBI and DOJ, so he's not going to investigate whether the White House was inappropriately involved in steering the Hillary Clinton investigation. He's not yet issuing a report on the Russia investigation, which frankly ought to be the subject of much more discussion. So there'll be probably some unanswered questions there, and he's not required to produce all the documents he relied upon. He can withhold information, so there may be redactions that we don't like. So this is just the beginning of further examination of the Clinton email matter. I used the word matter, but on the other hand, the Justice Department really is not going to have any more excuses not to move against Hillary Clinton, because this IG report is going to make it clear, I think, that the investigation was mishandled. And what are they going to do now? Is the Comey Lynch analysis of what Hillary Clinton did, is that the DOJ's current thinking on Hillary Clinton? Are they going to endorse what Comey and Lynch's conclusions were? I think it's going to be hard to do that after this and that report's released today.
Will Jeff Sessions be out of that? Will Jeff Sessions have, since he's recused himself from Russia, does he also now take himself out of moving forward with another investigation into the Hillary emails, or is he recusing himself from that too?
That's a good question, Mary, because during his Senate confirmation, he said he would recuse himself from the Clinton email matter.
What does he do?
But I'm not aware of any official recusal since then.
Well, his initial recusal was all matters related to the 2016 election.
So,
so it basically, yes,
everything
is out. I mean, anything that Hillary Clinton did as Secretary of State, apparently, just because it involved her fitness for president, apparently means Jeff Sessions can't have any say in it.
And the other thing, I think it's going to be a big deal for President Trump. This is going to be kind of a birthday present for him in the sense that it will vindicate his decision to fire Comey. Remember, the Clinton gang did not like Comey, criticized him. The IG report will substantiate those criticisms and substantiate his decision to fire him.
Yeah, and Rod Rosenstein was one of the guys who actually recommended the president do it. He did it, and then all of a sudden Rod Rosenstein decided that was a basis to appoint a special counsel. We're going to get into that in just a second, because Rosenstein back square in the middle of the news here, and we're talking to Tom Fitton. He's staying in studio. We'll have him back in a moment. All right, Rod Rosenstein apparently threatened some House Intel members with a subpoena in January. The Justice Department pushing back on all of this, saying, well, no. All he's saying was if members of Congress held him in contempt, then he could get their communications through the discovery process, which still sounds kind of like a threat. You want to come after me? I'll have all of your communications. Go for it, buddy. What did you make of all that? Tom Fitton, who's in studio with us right now?
Wildly inappropriate. I can't think of any circumstances under which he would have been able to get lawful access to these text messages. So it was interpreted as a threat by those who heard it. The Justice Department has tried to explain it away unconvincingly. In the least, Mr. Rosenstein needs to apologize.
Mm-hmm.
I can imagine things got heated in circumstances like that, and he starts yelling about getting text messages and emails, and lawyers issue threats, but completely inappropriate. And it's astonishing that the number 2 at the DOJ would think about even probing Congress in this regard. Does he understand what the Constitution's about?
Well, now an official told Fox News that he's going to request that the House General Counsel conduct an internal investigation into those congressional staffers' conduct. We don't know who gave those emails to Fox News. We have no idea. So I'm curious as to which congressional staffers he's going to investigate. Is he going to investigate those in the emails who wrote those emails back and forth about it? Or does he know who the leakers are? It's very interesting. But to me, it just seems retaliatory.
It is. I mean, that's doubling down on his earlier threat. So, well, I can't investigate you, or I won't investigate you, but we'll have lawyers in the House investigate you for over what? For demanding that the Justice Department comply with lawful requests for information from the House of Representatives, who has a constitutional prerogative, and by the way, the House is the one that runs the show. The DOJ is a creature of Congress, to be clear, and they're answerable to Congress.
But they're not answering Congress, and that's a big problem. They're not turning over documents. Documents that they finally do turn over after slow walking them are redacted to the point where Congress can't see what they want to see in them. So it seems like as if we have a standoff between the DOJ and Congress. What does it take for the president to step in to end this standoff?
I think only the president's going to be able to end it, because Congress is talking about impeachment and maybe a contempt fight. In the least, it's going to lead to a years-long fight just to get the underlying documents. So why
my opinion is the president would have to do this now before the midterms, because to get the transparency out there, get all of this out there, put it out there and let the people decide. If you don't do it by the midterms and Democrats get in, we may never find out what's in that information.
Well, presumably the Justice Department will still be run by the Trump administration, so the president can always intervene and try to get the information out. But sooner rather than later, it's been a year plus of stonewalling and stalling. We got to get the info.
All right, Tom Fitton, what are you doing around 3 p.m. today, by the way?
I don't know why. I think I have an interview.
Oh, okay. Well, there's also an IG report coming out.
Oh, that's right. I'll be reading the IG. I think it comes out around 1, so
I was sitting here thinking, wait, what wasn't I invited to?
Like, I don't know, maybe I'll be eating something. I don't know.
and just reading the huge IG report.
Oh, yeah, that too.
That thing. Thank you, Tom Fitton. Always on top of everything, except for his schedule.